Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday morning. Hope you are enjoying this wonderful day so far. My name is Jazzy, Health Fitness Specialist at Exos at Autodesk. Can't talk right this morning. It's fine. And this is going to be sports performance with a little bit of mindset reset at the end. So we are going to be doing today. Our circuit is going to be 45 seconds of work and 15 seconds of rest. So that's what the timing of that is going to be. And today is day 2 of the phase 2. And since it's week 2, we're upping that time. And today is our rotation day. So we are going to be moving rotationally. So it's going to be a lot of core work today. So you don't really need equipment, but I do highly recommend at least having one set of dumbbells. We're gonna have a little bit of a lighter set, and we're just gonna push ourselves a little bit. So definitely gonna need one set of dumbbells today. And then as it gets tired and heavier, you can always drop that to body weight, but we wanna get a little bit of rotation strength work in today. So I'll go ahead and show everything that's gonna be coming up today. So like I said, with the first thing we're going to do is a rotational bound. So a bound is where we're going to be starting on one foot and ending on the other foot. So what we're going to do for a rotational bound is we're going to start on one side. So I'm on my right leg. We're going to use those glutes here, sinking into the back glutes. We're going to jump, land facing the other way, and then jump back. So we're going to be jumping and landing in different directions there. So that's that first exercise, the rotational bound. So it's one leg going to the other leg facing a different direction. And then for the second exercise here, we have for a squat to press. So we're going to do a rotational one here. So we're going to need one dumbbell for this one. And if it's not feeling so great, you can always drop down to body weight for that one. But for here, so I'm going to start with my right side here. So I'm going to have the dumbbell at my shoulder. I'm going to squat down, and then I'm going to press up and turn towards the left with my right arm. So down and back up. So we're going to do all of them on one side, and then after the 45 seconds is done, we're going to switch to the other side. So then the dumbbell will be in your left hand. You're going to squat down, push up towards the right side. So keeping that core tight, exploding up, punching through the air. So those are the next two movements there. And then we can go ahead and set that dumbbell down. That's the only exercise that we're going to need the dumbbells for. And the next thing we're going to do is reverse lunge with a rotation here. So you're going to step back. So I'm on my left foot, stepping back with my right foot. We're going to turn towards that front leg and then stand back up. So we're going to alternate, turn towards the front leg, stand back up. So that's going to be exercise number 4. And then last, we're going to do a plank with the knee to the opposite elbow. So we're going to be on the ground, on the hands and toes, exhaling, touching each knee to the opposite elbow, keeping that butt down, keeping that core tight. Wow, my core is really sore today. So that's going to be the full circuit. Again, we are doing 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. I'm like already out of breath from that. So that's how you know it's going to be a good workout today. All right, so we can start out now with our warm up. We're going to go ahead and bring it. Oh no, we're not going to. We're going to start. Yeah, let's start on the ground on our hands and our knees here. And we're going to do some active threading and reach through. So I'm going to start with my right hand here. I'm going to reach through between my left arm and my left leg as far as I can, inhaling here. And on the exhale, opening up towards the ceiling. So gazing past that thumb, rotating as far as we can. And we're going to inhale, reaching through. Exhaling, reaching towards the ceiling. Awesome job, y'all. One more, reaching through and back up to the ceiling. Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and do that same thing on the other side now. So left arm in between the right arm and the right leg, and exhaling towards the ceiling. Getting ready for all of this rotation here, reaching through, getting that spine nice and warmed up. Exhaling, reaching towards the ceiling. And one more, inhaling, reaching through. And exhaling towards the ceiling. And back to center. All right, next thing we're going to do, we're going to stand on up, still getting our spine ready for our rotation. We're going to do some standing rotation. So what we're going to do is feet shoulder width apart. We're going to push those hips back into an RDL. So chest is parallel with the ground. Our back is flat for all of our weights. And the hamstrings, hands are going to come forward here. And we're just going to rotate up one arm at a time towards the ceiling and back down. And exhaling towards the ceiling and back down. We're going to do one more on each side. Ceiling and back down, and last one towards the ceiling and back down. And then since we're already here, let's go ahead and grab those big toes, bending forward into that forward fold. We're going to do 3 squats here. So we're going to hold on to our big toes. We're going to push those hips as far as we can towards the ground, feeling that opening of our hips. Exhaling, squeeze the glutes, stand back up. 2 more here, dropping those hips down. We're getting our hips warmed up for our squats here. Stand it back up. And last one here, hips down and standing all the way back up. Wonderful, great job, ladies. All right, we can go ahead and get started here. So again, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. We got our rotational bounds first, okay? So I'm getting the timer started here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're sinking into the back hip on one side. We're exploding, rotating, facing the other way, and we're going to jump back facing the other way. So we're just jumping from one leg to the other to different angles. So right here, I'm facing the windows. Now I'm going to face the camera, and then I'm going to jump back. So we're getting nice, we're landing nice and soft, sinking into those hips. It's kind of like our ski jumps that we do on our lateral day, but now we're just turning while we jump. So we're turning, facing the other window. We're landing nice and soft, sinking into those back hips. 3, 2, 1. All right, awesome job. Up next, we have the rotational squats press. So 1 dumbbell here. You can always use no dumbbells, but really want you guys to use 1. 3, 2, 1. So I'm starting in my right hand here. So squatting down, punching towards the ceiling as I rotate up, really getting those hips to face the wall on the other side here. It's going to help us. It's just like with, you know, a softball swing or a golf swing, exploding those hips, coming back down, exhaling, keeping that core tight. Arm is going straight to the ceiling. Great job, everyone. Keep pushing. The dog outside. I don't know if y'all heard that. A little bit of barking here. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna do that same thing now on our other arm. So we're gonna be facing the other direction here. Like I said, we're getting lots of rotation in here today. 3, 2, 1. So dumbbell at the shoulder now, pushing through the other side, keeping that core tight. Exhaling, making sure we are engaging the core throughout this movement. We're being explosive, snapping those hips. Just like with the curtsy lunges, we have headlights on our hips. We want to blind that other wall or the windows. Whatever you're facing with those hips to get as far around as you can. Really getting that rotation in. Awesome job, everyone. Keep pushing. We're almost there. We're doing reverse lunges after this. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right. You can set that dumbbell down. And next we're doing reverse lunges with the rotation. So we're going to rotate towards the leg that is in front. 3, 2, 1. So we're stepping back, rotating towards our front leg, rotating all the way back before we stand up. So we're rotating like we're stepping back here, rotating back, and then stepping back up. So it's kind of 3 separate parts. So you step back, twist, back, up, step, twist, back, up. Awesome. Everyone keep pushing here, keeping that core tight as we rotate, pushing off the ground, heel, big toe, little toe. 3, 2, 1. Great job, y'all. All right, last part here, we have plank, knee to opposite elbow. And then we'll go back to the top. We're gonna try and get through 3 rounds. 3, 2, 1. The goal is to get through 3 rounds of this if we have time. Sometimes it's hard to get through 3 rounds with a shorter class, but it is all good. We're gonna do as much as we can. We're getting 1% better today than we were yesterday, just by getting this workout in. Oh man, I don't know if anyone else has a sore core today. Probably all of those V-ups we did in exercise with Exos yesterday. Keep exhaling as you bring the knee up. 3, 2, 1. All right. Awesome job. Round 1 is done. We're going to start back at the top with the rotational bound. So we're starting one way, jumping, landing the other way on one leg. 3, 2, 1. So sinking into that hip here, pushing off, exploding, landing nice and soft. I landed too loud there. Sorry, neighbors. Landing nice and soft on our whole foot, jumping as far as we can, but we're really opening up. So as we jump, so I'm going from this foot to this foot. When I'm doing that, I'm driving that back knee to help really get that balance for when we get there, sinking into that back hip, but also for that explosiveness. So it's just like with marching, we're breaking that glass that's around our hips. It's gonna help us get that explosiveness from the legs here. 3, 2, 1. Great job. We're doing awesome today. We have rotational squat to press next. So grab that dumbbell. We're going to the right first. So it's on my right shoulder. 3, 2, 1. So squatting down, pushing up towards the left here. Hips, got those headlights. We're blinding the left wall, the wall on the left side right now. Exhaling as we come up, we're pushing the ground away from us. Heel, big toe, little toe. We got to keep that core tight as we rotate. Rotation comes from the core, the hips, and the shoulders. So that's why we're strengthening this with the dumbbells here. Almost there, finishing strong. 3, 2, 1. All right. Doing that same thing on the other side now. Dumbbell is in the left hand. Headlights on the hips are going to blind the right wall. Windows in my case. 3, 2, 1. Bring those hips back, pushing up towards the ceiling. Keeping that core tight. Awesome. Really punch towards the ceiling. Get those hips around. This side can be a little awkward, at least for me, because I'm not left-handed, so I don't swing this way, or I didn't swing this way. I guess I still don't, because I do hit grounders pretty often, so still got that softball swing going. Punching towards the ceiling here. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Next, we got rotation, or the reverse, oh my goodness, reverse lunge with the rotation. Words are hard today. 3, 2, 1. So step back, rotate, and we're twisting back to center before we stand up. Exhaling as we twist to help us keep that core engaged. We should feel it in the core. We should be bringing our body from this point to the straight point by squeezing the core, bringing out with the core. So you want to picture yourself squeezing an apple with your stomach here, will help us engage that core a little bit more. 3, 2, 1, which is why I keep saying we're not twisting as we stand up. We want to twist back before we stand up, one part at a time. All right, plank, knee to opposite elbow. Then I think we'll have time for one more. 3, 2, 1. So knee coming across our bodies here. Exhaling, getting that rotation in through the core. My goodness, I don't know why my core is so sore today. Probably because you guys were here for total body strength yesterday. I did say I hate training core, but we do it anyways because it's good for us. All right, we're almost there. We're halfway done. Keep pushing, y'all. Great job. If you need to set your knees down, do so for a second or two. Count to 3. Right back up. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Those will never get easier or better, but I like the way they feel. All right, we're gonna do one more round here, starting at the top with rotational bound. We'll finish this round and then we gotta reset. 3, 2, 1. So gathering into that back hip, sinking back, driving those knees up, landing nice and soft on that whole foot. If you can see as I'm landing, I'm gathering myself, so I'm not landing straight with my knees. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the knee joints. We do not want that. So we really want to land soft with soft knees, soft feet, but we're exploding up and out. Really use those glutes here. Great job, y'all. We're almost there. Finishing strong. This is our last thing of bounds here. We got our squats press coming up next. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got rotational squats and press coming up next. Starting to get real toasty in here. 3, 2, 1. Dumbbell on the right shoulder, pushing our hips, or I guess twisting our hips towards the left wall. The movement is being driven from the right hip here. So as we squat down, that right hip is really pushing and turning as we punch up towards the ceiling. I know we did some of these in the last phase, but they were not weighted like this. So that's why we're really getting better. Every time we do this workout, we're either getting better with weights or getting better with time. So that's how we get better at movements, is we do the same thing over and over. 3, 2, 1. All right. Other side here for squat to press. 3, 2, 1. So same thing, but we're snapping the other hip, getting those headlights to blind that wall on the right side, or in my case, the windows. Really pushing off the ground, heel big toe, little toe. We're exploding up, twisting those hips, using our core. Does help if you exhale as we push up to get that core going. Lots of core work today, lots of unintentional core work. This is my kind of ab exercise. 3, 2, 1. All right, 2 more exercises. We got our reverse lunges with our rotation. And then we're gonna do our plank, knee to opposite elbow. And then we'll start to cool down. 3, 2, 1. So as always, we'll cool down and get into our mindset. Reset, get ready for the weekend, for the rest of this Friday. Remember, we're fully coming back to center before we stand up. So our shoulders are right above the hips, facing forward as we push the ground away from us and come up. I talk about all the time, we really want to be mindful of our movement here, of the intent. So you need to make sure we fully rotate back before we stand up. One movement at a time here. 3, 2, 1. All right, last exercise here. Plank, knee to opposite elbow. Getting ready. Last movement of the class here. 3, 2, 1. Hands under shoulders, butt is down nice and low. We're controlling the movement. Focus on the breath. If you need to take a break, count to 3, right back up. Awesome. Good job, y'all. Finishing strong. Last movement of the day. We're almost there. Okay, we got this. 3, 2, 1. Okay. That will be all she wrote for the movement portion of the workout today. Great job, everyone. Go ahead and get a sip of water if you need it. And then we'll make our way onto the ground here for our cool down. So first thing we're gonna do here, we're gonna be on the hands and our knees. We're gonna do some quadruped rocking with our adductor stretch. So foot out to the side, heel big toe, little toe on the ground. Keeping that pelvis tucked, we're gonna push our hips towards our heels. And then since my left leg is out to the side, I'm gonna take my left hand, I'm gonna reach in between my right arm and my right leg, planting that hand back and back to center. So I'm gonna do that a couple times. So we're reaching through when our glutes are to the heels. Same arm of the leg that is out to the side. Keeping that pinky toe on the ground as we rock back and forth. And wherever we're at, let's go ahead and do one more. And back to center. Let's go ahead and do that same thing on the other side here. So now my right leg is out to the side. So I'm gonna rock back, right hand between the left arm and the left leg. It's gonna give us a little extra stretch through the hips and also through the spine. And this is where we can really start to slow our breath down, start to be mindful, bring awareness to our breath and how the body feels. Let's go ahead and do one more wherever we're at. Great job, everyone. All right, after we finish that last one, we're gonna go ahead and go into some child's pose today. So let's go ahead and bring those knees a little wider than hip width. Sink those hips back, walk those hands out, forehead, chin, or cheek to the ground. And this is where we're gonna start to really focus on our breath. We're breathing into any tightness we feel. And I just want us to take a second to feel our energy where we're at today. How do we feel in this exact moment? Focusing on the breath. Maybe starting to feel areas of your body that are really tight. And we can start to really just sigh away that tension today. Sigh away any stress maybe you have from the week. Let go of everything you're holding on to going into the weekend. We're breathing nice and slow. And you can stay in that child's pose here, or you can sit up and close your eyes. But we're still focusing on our breath here. And I mentioned it earlier, but the daily 1% upgrades. What can we do with that? So what I mean by that is, every day there's a chance to get a little better than what you were yesterday. And so every day, if you just aim to get 1% better and just do one more thing or do one thing you don't normally do, whether that's this workout or drinking an extra glass of water, right? Like there are plenty of things you can do to get better each day to help you get to where you want to be. Because if we get 1% better every day, and every time, even if you work out every day, that 1% upgrade could be just getting in an extra rep or grabbing a heavier set of dumbbells. Like there are a few ways to get better every week in those workouts. And so, by the end of the year, if we get 1% better every day, we're going to be 365% better than when we started. So you can always find one way to get 1% better in your life. And so I want everyone to take a second to think of just one thing that you can do today, and then one thing you're going to do tomorrow, and one thing you're going to do on Sunday. And just think of 3 things that you can do the next 3 days to get 1% better. Focusing on the breath, staying aware of how your body feels as we're starting to focus on the things we want to do over the next 3 days. And once we have those 3 things, we're going to take 2 more deep breaths here. So nice big deep inhale through the nose. Exhaling a little slower through the mouth. And let's go ahead and do one more big inhale. And on that exhale, if you're still in child's pose, you can go ahead and come out of that. If you are not in child's pose, you can stay seated, kneeling, or standing, however you'd like to finish out this class. That's going to be all the time I have for today. Thank you all so much for joining me. I love getting my Fridays started off. The weekend started off right with a good workout, especially before it gets really hot today. Always nice to get that workout in. Awesome job, everyone. Don't forget, we do have one more live class today at 12, Functional Fitness Friday with Luis, and a little bit of guided breathing after that. So you'll have time to reset your body before going back into the rest of your work days there as well. We do also have our virtual blood drive still happening. So there's time to sign up for your appointment and donate by the end of the month. So you have until June 30th to schedule and donate your blood. It's much appreciated. We love helping save lives. So definitely help us help other people there. You can sign up on our SharePoint site. We also have our summer shred step challenge coming up just in time to get back into work, back into the offices. So that's going to be starting on July 12th. Registration will open on Monday. So we'll have all of that information is also up on our SharePoint site. So you can go to Access Autodesk and on Autodesk One, and that will bring you right to our SharePoint site. So thank you again so much for joining me today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your morning. Have a great weekend. I'll see y'all soon.